Welcome back to GUPTA PARSKA Finance and Invest. Herein, the channel where we make investing simple. With your first $100, the goal shouldn't be getting rich overnight. It's about building a habit that can last for decades. So today, I'll show you exactly what to buy, what to avoid, and how to turn that first investment into a long-term strategy. Instead, think about your first $100 as a seed. You plant it, keep adding to it, and give it time to grow. That means a small account doesn't automatically prevent you from getting started. Instead, I'd consider starting with a diversified index fund or ETF, like an S&P 500 index fund, which tracks. When you're starting with only $100, fractional shares can be especially useful. Imagine a stock costs $500 for one complete share. With fractional shares, you may be able to invest just $25 or $50 instead. If my goal were long-term investing, I wouldn't try to predict the next stock that explodes. Before investing, though, make sure this is money you can actually afford to invest. But first, let's talk about the biggest mistake beginners make: trying to turn a small amount of money into a huge amount as fast as possible. Your first $100 is the beginning, not the final destination. Now comes the biggest question. What would I actually buy with that $100? A brokerage account gives you access to investments like stocks, ETFs, and index funds. If you need that $100 for rent, groceries, or an emergency, don't invest it. The stock market can rise, but it can also fall, sometimes dramatically. That's why investing should generally use money you can leave alone for years. Once you're financially ready, the next step is opening a brokerage account. So instead of betting everything on one company, you're spreading your investment across many businesses. Now imagine you've invested your $100. A few weeks later, you open your account and see $92. That mindset pushes beginners toward risky trades, hype, and investments they don't fully understand. Investing isn't about copying someone else's portfolio from the internet. It's about creating a strategy you can actually stick with. That diversification can make the strategy much simpler for a beginner, But remember, it does not mean your investment can never lose money. And that's before considering any investment growth, which is never guaranteed. After 5 years, your contributions could total $6,100. So how would I approach the actual $100? One simple approach: invest the full amount into a diversified, low-cost index fund. Your income, goals, age, risk tolerance, and financial situation all matter. The habit you build after investing that $100 can be much more powerful. This is where the concept of compounding becomes really interesting. What would you do? A beginner might immediately panic and sell, but this is where long-term investing becomes very different from short-term trading. Imagine starting with $100, then investing another $100 every month. Another approach could be investing most of it and keeping a small amount in cash. There isn't one perfect portfolio for every person. After 1 year, including your original $100, your total contributions would be $1,300. The goal is to avoid putting all of your money into one single bet. That's why your investment time horizon is so important. Look at the power it gives you. If you need your money next month, the stock market may not be appropriate for it. But for a long-term goal, short-term movements may matter much less. After 10 years, you'd have contributed $12,100. And after 20 years, that could reach $24,100. Markets move up and down. Some periods are great, while others can be painful. And nobody knows exactly what the market will do next month. Even a broad index fund can fall when the overall market falls. The goal isn't to eliminate risk completely. Here's the part I really want you to understand. The first $100 isn't the most important part. Instead, invest in your knowledge, understand risk, and build a strategy you can follow. Instead of taking the gains out, you leave the money invested tend, and over long periods, that process can become extremely powerful. But remember, compounding needs time, and investment returns are never guaranteed. No hype, no jargon, no kill, just real strategies you can actually use. So if you found this valuable, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video. If you had exactly $100 today, what would you invest it in? This has been GUPTA PARSKA Finance and Invest. See you in the next one. We've got more videos coming on budgeting, saving, and growing your money the smart way. High potential returns usually come with higher risk. If someone promises massive returns with almost no risk, be extremely careful. Every week, we break down investing, saving, and building wealth into simple, practical steps. You don't need a complicated portfolio, and you don't need to be a Wall Street professional. So here's the simple framework. Start responsibly, diversify, invest consistently, and think long-term. Take that first step today, stay consistent, and let time do the rest. I wouldn't use leverage just to make a small account look bigger, and I wouldn't trade complex options for huge percentage gains. So what would I avoid with my first $100? I wouldn't put everything into a random stock because someone online promised it would explode. When investments generate returns, those returns can potentially generate additional returns. And if this video helped you understand investing a little better, that's exactly why this channel exists. Comment below and let me know your answer tand. I read every comment. You just need to start responsibly, keep learning, and give your investments time. Thanks for watching, and remember Tide. Every big portfolio started with a first investment.